I've played Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for 5 hours, and here's what I think of it. The game starts off with Link and Zelda entering an abandoned tomb underneath Hyrule Castle, not long after the events that take place in Breath of the Wild.
This strange gloom keeps getting thicker. We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here? People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link. Let's go solve this mystery.
Here we get a run around as Link for a little bit, and if you notice, we have a full 30 hearts, 3 stamina bars, and the Master Sword. Zelda in this intro gives us a bunch of info. The deeper we dive down in the tomb, we learn of a race of hyper-intelligent beings, godlike beings called the Zonai, who lived in the sky but descended down to the earth to form an alliance with the people of Hyrule.
You're not hurt, are you, Link? Look at these murals. The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend?
Looking at the murals, we can see that the Zonai were in possession of 7 powerful tears, is what I'm going to call them.
This is similar to the statues we saw earlier. A Zonai. And these figures look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens. It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens.
And when the Zonai made an alliance with the Hylians, it looks like they gave them at least 2 of these tears.
These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule.
Then we are introduced to the Demon King.
This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from the young kingdom. This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then... Oh. Incredible! This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it. Link! This is a huge discovery! All right then, now to use this invention of Pura's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh.
During this cutscene, we can see that there are more murals that are covered by some breakable, what I think are breakable rocks. But I'm sure later in the game we'll be down there to discover what those are. I'm sure we'll get down there later.
It looks like the rest of the murals are obscured. Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers farther ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
The deeper and deeper we went down, the gloom kept getting thicker until we reached the bottom. There we get to meet the deity himself, the Demon King.
What is that?
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me. Zelda. You who carries that fragile sword. A Link. Rauru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
I'm going to be honest here, this is probably one of the coolest Zelda openings that I've ever seen. There are a lot of things that we can learn from this. The first being is that the Demon King is probably one of the most powerful beings in Zelda history. His gloom absolutely shred Link's health and made quick work in breaking the Master Sword. Remember, this is top tier Link. He had 30 hearts, and we can assume that the Master Sword was fully powered, and the Demon King made Link look like a child. He then uses the gloom to force the castle into the sky, casting debris and gloom across Hyrule. I also want to bring up that even though the Demon King was subdued by the Zonai in the past, he is still in possession of one of the tears. This cutscene sets up this game wonderfully as we can see what can get the Demon King under control, aka the Zonai hand and the tear. We also get to see that as soon as one of the two things is missing, the Demon King gains full control. This cutscene shows that the Demon King is not immune to damage as it shows the Master Sword slicing a piece of his skin. After all this destruction, Princess Zelda falls down the chasm and is saved via the power of the tear, while Link, on the other hand, was brought to safety by the Zonai hand. We then see that Link is infused with the Zonai hand, and thus begins our journey into the open world, to reunite with Zelda and to restore the Master Sword. Next, I want to talk about the 4 runes. In similar fashion to Breath of the Wild, this game has 4 shrines and 4 runes that you get in the starting area. Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall. Ultra Hand being similar to Magnesis, being able to manipulate and stick objects together to form different machines and shapes to help you with puzzles and traveling. Fuse, which is used to fuse objects in the environment or in your inventory to your weapons or shields to make them stronger and more versatile. Ascend, which is used to traverse through solid objects above you to get to higher ground.
Hello there.
Lastly is Recall, which will reverse time and movement of objects, which will make for very interesting combat and puzzles. One of the first things that I've noticed about this game is that even though it looks like Breath of the Wild, it does not play like Breath of the Wild. With the 4 new runes in this game, it had me completely rethinking how combat is going to be in this game. One specific example is when I was fighting a Flux Construct who looked like he could be a boss in Minecraft. This thing was slinging blocks at me while it was 50 feet in the air, and I was scratching my head on how I was going to fight this guy for like 10 minutes. I tried bomb arrows, ascend, but then I realized I could just reverse time and ride back up on the blocks he was throwing at me with Recall. The 2 most fantastic abilities in this game have to be Fuse and Ultra Hand. Being able to fuse almost anything in the environment to your weapon is such a cool idea and makes any encounter a unique and fun experience. It also makes for a bit of comedy when you can attach a big boulder or a big box to the end of your weapon and crush your enemies into the dirt. Ultra Hand has also made it so getting around Hyrule is more interesting since you can use Zonai tech to build carts, airplanes, hot air balloons, anything you can think of you can build. I will also say that crafting with Ultra Hand is very polished. It was very easy to use and I had no issue trying to get each individual piece to where I wanted it to go. Overall, I was very pleased. Finally, let's talk about the open world. They brought back pretty much the exact same world as Breath of the Wild with some changes to the landscape and scenery. They also brought back most of, if not all of the enemies from Breath of the Wild and added some new ones, which I absolutely love. They added a Bokoblin boss, armored Bokoblins, which need to be hit with a heavy object to break their armor, and whatever these things are. I think they're called Arakudas. Just like in Breath of the Wild, you have shrines and towers. However, the towers in this game acted different than before. They now act as an access point to the floating island chunks, giving you access to the sky part of the map. There is also another section of the map that is accessed by these gloom pits, which if you fall down these, you will enter the depths. With the first 5 hours of this game down, I can honestly say I am very excited to continue this game. I welcome all the changes that they added, and I can't wait to dive into the lore some more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next one.